Well, welcome to the Valley Hoops Insider podcast, part of the Valley Hoops Insider website. Harry Schroeder here, the host of the website, editor of the site, and that good-looking young man on the other side of the screen, Colton Sandage. He's outstanding basketball player, as you can see behind him there for the Illinois State Redbirds. And Colton, first, thanks for joining us. And you were the Missouri Valley Conference's newcomer of the week. That's got to be fun.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. And yeah, it's always fun when you can come into a new league and earn an award like that.
You grew up in the area. You're a Bloomington guy, played at Vincennes in the junior college area and arena, and then at Western. Talk a little bit about your journey home, because I think you always really did want to be a Redbird.
Oh, I always wanted to be a Redbird. The opportunity never really presented itself, especially out of high school. So I went to junior college route. I had tore my ACL my senior year of high school. So I had signed with a D1 actually, but when I tore my ACL, their coach got fired, and the new coach kind of came and just dropped me. So I went the JUCO route for 2 years with Coach Todd Franklin at Vincennes, who really molded me and turned me into a young man. Had to mature there a lot, and then I went to Western. That was my only offer at a junior college, and they made me a point guard there. And they kind of just gave me the ball and said, "Here, do what you need to do to help us win the game." And that kind of just gave me all the confidence in the world. And then I knew going into my second year at Western what I kind of wanted to do. I knew I wanted to enter the portal after the year, and I saw ISU was getting a new coach, and from the moment I talked to Coach Pete, I fell in love, and I knew where I wanted to be.
He's an impressive guy. I've gotten to know him a little bit and really enjoy him. I do want to take you back to Vincennes for a minute. A lot of people that are maybe not as well versed in the collegiate basketball world, they don't know what a terrific long-term junior college program Vincennes really has put together.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Coach Franklin's win percentage over like 800 wins is over 700, something like that. And there's a big requirement you have to do when you get there. You have to buy in immediately, or you get left in the dust. That's how JUCO is. It's either get it in or you get left, and you have to put in what you want to get out of there. Honestly, and Coach Franklin really humbled me when I got there. He's one of the best. I'm forever thankful for him. When I was there, I absolutely hated him. So, and he knows that probably. But the day I left, I realized how much that man loved us and loved me, and how much he really developed me on and off the court.
Talk to me about Coach Peden. I've been super impressed. Tell us why you thought, wow, I really want to play for this guy. And then now that you've gotten there, what have you seen? What do you appreciate about Coach Peden?
Well, I'd say for the first week he recruited me, we didn't even talk about basketball. And that just kind of shows you the type of coach and type of person he is. It's more than basketball. He's always very, very positive with us. He really cares about what's going on outside of basketball, and he says family, make us family. I mean, he makes us feel like family. He texts my family all the time, just seeing how they're doing and stuff like that. And then in practice, I mean, that just carries over. When you have a coach that knows, and then you know they really truly love you, you'll do anything for them. And I mean, our team's kind of showing that we play very hard, and it's reflecting in him just staying positive. It's really helping us out.
I think you were the first recruit that he signed. Did you carry an extra little bit of maybe pride or responsibility with that signing?
I mean, of course, I could have been the last, and I would have felt like there's a. I mean, I grew up here, so representing my community and representing the school is kind of what I've always wanted to do.
It's taken a little while, meaning like he's putting together a team and trying to figure out what everybody can do and how they fit with one another. And the team, has been back and forth a little bit early on, but now you've won 3 in a row. In the last 2 games, maybe I don't have this memorized, but I think it's the last 2 games where you also received your most playing time. So just talk about that journey, the first 8, 9, 10 games of the season and the coming together of your team.
Well, I was out for most of the summer and 2 weeks leading up to the first game. So just me being able to get back in practice and everything, get my feet under me, and get into the rhythm of the game. Well, I had to tell myself, like, be patient, and the playing time's coming. Just keep working, because it's a new team. Everybody's trying to figure each other out. And I think everybody's really starting to bond. I mean, we have a great bond off the court, but on the court, it's a whole different thing, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody's starting to really come together and buy into their role. And what they can do to help this team win.
In the last two, you put up some big numbers, and the team has won 3 straight. Talk to me about the confidence level in Redbird Nation right now.
It's awesome. I mean, our fans have been awesome in our last 2 home games. I mean, played at Horton, of course, that was rocking. But even Eastern Michigan, the place was up, screaming loud. I mean, there's an excitement within the program and around here that you can feel. We just need to start putting out the product.
Can you talk a little bit about that environment at Horton Fieldhouse? I know it was a big historic thing, and I watched part of the game and got to, as best you can through the computer screen, get the feel of it. But it seemed to be a special day.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I played at Nebraska last year, sold out with 16,000 people in Horton's environment, tops every place I've played in, everywhere I've been. I mean, just the environment, and you could just feel the crowd wanted to cheer so bad. They've missed Horton, and I mean, I think they got up 18 times in a row just for a defensive stop. I mean, it was awesome. They was so loud. I mean, there's just constant buzz in that building.
Talk to me about your teammates. Obviously, it's a brand new team and all that. Give us a few names, just some of the guys that maybe are team leaders, guys that are kind of setting the pace for the Redbird basketball team.
I'll start with Luke. Luke Kazuki, I feel like he's kind of molded into our glue guy. I mean, he's a dog. He'll guard the best offensive player if he needs to. It doesn't matter size, length, nothing like that. He's just going to get things done and hit shots when he needs to. He's been very good and consistent for our team. Seneca, of course, he's finding his groove, which is very good for us. Just a very strong player, great at getting into the paint and making plays and strong finishes. And then Liam has been out a little bit, but he was really starting to find his stride and understand where he needs to be within the offense. And defensively, he's been awesome, coming over, blocking shots and rebounding. And then Kendall Lewis is just Mr. Consistent. I mean, he's a dog. He's gonna fight for every board, and it's hard to take him off the boards. And he's producing on the offensive end too, and being great for us. I mean, I can go on and on. Darius Burford's really starting to show out for us. He's just so quick and electric, and has so much energy within him that really helps us. Malachi Poindexter has been playing with great pace. He was out as well last week with a little hamstring, but he's back. He's back to what he was, and he's just a great decision maker right now for us. And then our bigs, I mean, you can talk about Ryan Schmidt, who started for us Saturday, Alex Kotov, Austin Andrews, all those bigs down there. I mean, they're working. Coach is trying to figure out a rotation with them. Haruna had a great game Saturday, and they're all figuring it out. And the best part is they're all supporting each other, though. So everybody's trying to get better and just help us win right now.
I talked to Luke before the season started, maybe during the summer. He's from here. I'm here in St. Louis, and he's from here, and I saw him a little bit in high school. And I told people when they signed him, I said, that's a bigger signing than people know. And I think it's really bearing out that he's a guy that can really make some things happen for you guys.
Absolutely. I feel like these last couple of games, I've kind of seen the Chaminade confidence in him. He kind of had 2 iffy years at K-State off and on with injuries. So he's really getting in the groove of college basketball now and getting that confidence. I mean, if we can get Chaminade, Luke, that would be awesome. I think we're starting to get he's a great team as well.
And you mentioned Poindexter, and you haven't seen the other Valley teams this year, but as I've been able to watch a number of the games and was down at a couple of games recently.
He's a transfer sophomore, so he's a sophomore, but he was a redshirt at Virginia. So coach found a diamond in the rough there. I mean, a walk-on at Virginia, and he's a great player for us. He's just a great defender right now. I mean, if he wants to lock in on defense, that's what he does, and he's doing great. He's adjusting to it as well. A lot of these guys have never played big minutes before, and they're adjusting to it well. We're figuring out as a team and how to win as a team.
I often ask players this question: who is the funniest teammate you have?
Joe Petrikis or Malachi.
And tell me why. Tell me about them.
Joe just has a little snippet, like corny joke about everything you say. And Malachi's just a free spirit, goofy guy that's just always happy.
We talked about Horton, and Redbird Arena might be one of the nicest arenas in the Missouri Valley as well. Talk about that home environment. Obviously, you're from there. Maybe you were at a lot of games as a younger person. What makes Redbird Arena special?
The fans. Illinois State loves basketball, especially when you're good and you're winning. The fans will come out and support you, and they love to see the Redbirds win games.
I probably should learn the new name of Redbird Arena, but I'll learn it pretty
It's
soon.
always gonna be Redbird Arena.
Yeah. Uh, so you listed virtually everybody on the roster when I asked you about your teammates, and I can look at the stats, right, and I can tell you who's the leading scorers are and rebounders and so forth. But who's a player that we're not really paying attention to very much on the Redbird roster that down the line, this guy's going to emerge and people don't know it yet?
I think Haruna Sissoko. He's kind of been battling injuries off and on. Just he's getting that confidence within himself, and he just makes the hard plays. I mean, he can jump out of the gym, he'll go get a rebound, but he's going to play till that whistle blows, and that's going to really pan out for him later in the season. The basketball guys will probably reward him for all that.
The basketball gods. I don't know about you. When I'm playing golf, I hit one in the water on purpose, like a practice shot to appease them, to the water gods. So I get that.
I'll say it on purpose too.
So for people, you're new to our league, new to the Missouri Valley Conference. For people that haven't seen the Redbirds yet or seen you play, describe your game to them. When they come see you play at Southern or Bradley or someplace, what kind of player are they going to see?
I try to stay calm. I'm a fifth year. I try to stay under control and stay poised. Right now the team's leading on me. Right now I'm the point guard, and for a team that has to be poised, and that starts with a point guard. Probably quicker than I look, a little quicker, but also with a little bit of old man's game in there. I'm not the quickest, but let's get by, make decisions on 2 feet, and hopefully one of those nights I'm a little hot from the three ball too. So I can knock down the three too as well.
Tell me about the number you wear, and is there a story behind it?
I wear 15. I wouldn't say a story. My brother wore it for football in high school, and then when I got to football in high school, I kind of wanted to do 15, and then I just stuck with 15. It's kind of been my number now.
Some basketball guys are superstitious, or like you said, it's just my number. It's the number I've always worn, and I always try to find out what's in people's minds. You mentioned being a fifth-year guy. What is next for you after college? What are the plans?
Hopefully, considering what happens this year and how I finish the year, hopefully sign a pro contract somewhere. That'd be nice. But I want to get into college coaching. So if that doesn't work out, hopefully find a grad assistant job somewhere and start my coaching career.
And is that what your degree? What is your degree area in?
I'm in psychology right now.
Well, that'll help you with those nutty basketball players. That'll be good. Yeah. That'll be great. You mentioned growing up in the Bloomington area and always wanting to be a Redbird, and so here you are. I mean, do every once in a while you kind of pinch yourself and say, "Man, I finally got here."
Yeah, absolutely, all the time. I mean, especially when they post like on social media and stuff, and it's like with me, I'm like, wow, like I was a little kid following this page, like that guy's awesome. Like that was Michael Jordan to me. I don't know, growing up, like all those guys I was a Redbird fan. I wasn't a Duke or a Carolina fan, or I was a Redbird fan. So it's been a dream come true.
I still follow Paris Lee on social media and pay attention to what he's doing overseas and some of those other guys. There've been some good basketball played at Illinois State. I was a fairly good friend of Coach Muller's, and they had some great years when he was there.
Yeah, they did. I mean, my brother played under Jankovic when he was here, so I saw those great years too. So I've been around Redbird basketball for a while.
It's really fun. Listen, I appreciate you spending time with us today, and wanted to catch up and get our fans, get the people on our website getting to know you. This whole remade Redbird roster. Obviously, some of the guys are back. Oh, before I let you go, so McChesney is blossoming, just all of a sudden exploding, and then he goes down for a game or two, and yet you guys win. Yep. There's something about the character or determination of this team.
Absolutely. Even the Eastern Michigan game, Malachi messed his hamstring up. He was starting a point guard that day, and I had to step up. And it's really just been the next man up mentality, and to have a good team, you have to have guys that are willing and able to do that. And I mean, we got a bunch of fighters and competitors on this team, and nobody's going out with the easy out.
So we get McChesney back and you guys contend for the title. Listen, I think the Missouri Valley Conference is just like wide open. I think anybody can win it. I think maybe not anybody, but probably 8 or 9 teams could win the conference. I don't know if you've paid attention to the other teams at all, but your thoughts about playing in the Missouri Valley this year.
It's a tough league for sure. Just knowing when I'm younger and just any game's wide open. Every game's going to be close. Every game's going to be a dogfight. And I mean, yeah, you never know what's going to happen. But for us, coach always says the next game is our most important game because it's our next game. So that's what we're focused on right now. But we're just trying to get better every day.
That's Colton Sandage. He plays guard for the Illinois State Redbirds and has really been exploding as he's gotten healthier and healthier throughout the season. Colton, appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's Colton Sandage. You've been watching the Valley Hoops Insider podcast here on the Valley Hoops Insider website. Remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.